Hey everyone, it's been a while. Today we're going to review a video I made 7 years ago. But first, I want to apologize for my extended absence. Oh, there have been a lot of changes in my life, and at the time I stepped away, I was battling some serious depression issues. I've since started 2 companies in China, sold them, gotten married, had kids, and of course experienced the insanity of the world-changing event we all went through over the last 3 years. All of that came with its own insanity. I apologize again for not including you in those life events and for not being open about them. These were things I needed to deal with on my own for many different reasons. And I feel like I'm at the point where I'm moved on for most of it and a much happier, better space with my mental health. As some of you may have seen, I've written a children's book called Where'd the Color Go to help my twins learn their colors and understand that while they are twins, they can also accept the differences between them. It's a great book if you have kids, nieces, nephews, or just teaching little ones. Where'd the Color Go also makes a great gift. Follow the link in the description below to get your copy. And while it isn't necessary, a review would be a great help for the book. There's also a second one in works. It's coming up, should be finished in the next couple of months. Now, let's get right into it. 7 years ago, I made a video called What's Beijing's Subway Like? Is the pollution in Beijing really that bad? I made this video after being in China for just a few months and after having an extremely bad experience on the subway. Over the years, the video has gotten a lot of reactions from commenters, both positive and negative. Let's watch the video and I'll provide commentary and updated information.
Beijing subway system. It's almost 5:30. Just got off work, and I'm headed home. I thought
This
I would
subway
take a
stop is
video and
only
show
a
you
block and a half from
what
my work.
the subway looks like in Beijing and what it's like to actually use public transportation.
The map has gotten much bigger. There's new lines all over the place and a lot of new stops.
Hi, I'm Joey. I'm an American from a small town in northeast Arkansas. But after growing up in the middle of nowhere and spending my 20s in New Orleans, Louisiana, I now live in Beijing, China. On this show, I interview other expats, talk about both the difficulties and the rewards.
The
of living
intro isn't
abroad.
that bad considering
Then I
it was
share
the
my
very first one I
experiences
ever made
living in a
for
foreign country and traveling
YouTube.
the world with you. This
Kinda cheesy,
is my life
though.
abroad, China.
Oh, I remember whenever we went, when we went bungee jumping, Ty, who is scared to death of heights, when he jumped off, all the blood vessels in his eyes popped. So it was all super red when he got down. It was hilarious. And you could hear his scream all the way through, echoing through the canyon.
So here we are coming through security.
Security is still the same, really.
Security, I don't have any bags.
In
so I don't have to
Beijing,
check
at
anything,
least,
but
there
any bag
are
has to be checked, and if you
other
have any liquids, you have to drink
types
it.
of security that you can go through in different cities. Some of them you just walk through a tunnel, and that is your security check because they image
I have
you just
my
like at the airport.
subway pass inside my wallet.
Oh, I haven't had a
is-
subway pass in years.
Behind my ID.
I think this
what it
is
looks
one
like.
of the last
You
times
put money on it,
that I've actually used the subway regularly.
and you can use it
I think
pretty
I've
much
used
anywhere.
it
You can use it
maybe
as a debit
3,
card
4
or
times
just for
in the last
transportation. Coming back
6
downstairs
years.
again.
Nothing's changed. It's still nice and bright.
On this side,
There's a lot more
they have these maps,
social
and they
distancing
also have
now,
these.
but
I am going to transfer, so I will go to Dongsu.
a lot more masks. Everyone's still wearing masks, even after
And then I will
everything's
take
been
2 more
open.
stops on on line 5.
Everything's open again in Beijing. It's back to
Oh, see,
normal.
it's not really that
except
busy at all right
everyone
now.
is masked up everywhere you go.
It's 5:31, and this says that the trains come every 3 minutes. That's actually pretty accurate. Right
Yeah.
now during rush hour, it comes
It
a little
is
faster than normal.
accurate.
It's usually
They're-
7 minutes.
Whenever they tell you it's coming,
But this
it
is what the
comes.
subway looks like.
It's not usually late.
Okay, we're almost at my stop, and part of the problem with the subway system is, look, a bunch of people got on and stood right by the door. However, there is plenty of room right here, and it happens at every door and every time
It's
on every
still
line.
the same.
It's really funny to look and see how crowded it is.
It's funny how people in the comments were making a big deal over, have you not seen New York subway or Hong Kong subway? I have. And it's different
But you'll see this too.
in every way, really. But there are a lot of similarities too, I guess. And I wasn't talking about New York subway or Hong Kong subway in this, really. I was talking about the experience I had on
See this
Beijing
rush
subway.
just to get upstairs.
And I'm claustrophobic, so I really hate being surrounded by that many people at once. So that was some of my reasonings. I know not everyone's going to have the same experience. Some people love the subway. Ty uses it every
watch.
single day.
It's the escalators. Long, long lines, packed full of people. See how they have half of it blocked off and you have to go through this maze. So you're literally being herded like cattle.
I've not actually seen that maze for a long time. I have, like I said, I've been on it a few times over the years, and I'm not remembering seeing it at any
And
stops I've been
everybody
to.
is playing on their phone or watching TV on their phone.
Yeah, everyone's always
Never
on their
looking
phone,
up.
just like every other city.
So that always makes getting around in Beijing and China in general a pain in the butt.
Not just Beijing and China, everywhere. You're constantly worried about people bumping into you or
As you can
something.
imagine, the subway
they do.
system is a complete
They're not
maze,
paying attention.
and it takes a while to get used to. One thing that's
It still is a maze,
really
and
shocking
it still
is
takes a while to
here.
get used to.
you have the people going in.
Nothing's
people going
changed
out,
as to that.
going in.
And
And
it's
it's
just
every-
because
every
there's
single door,
so
every single
much
line.
distance covered by the subway, so there's so many lines.
Nobody
You
follows.
can get anywhere on the subway really in
They will
Beijing
stand in the
now.
middle, or
People
just
do
jump
stand in
on
those
and not let
lines
anybody get
now.
off.
In my
Again,
experience
Hong Kong,
lately,
it's not like that.
even back then, people would
Everybody
stand on the lines, but as soon as the doors open, they just shoved in. Now,
I don't know.
every
what
time
the
I've been
deal
on
with
it,
that
people are
is.
pretty much
I'll show
standing
you
on
what
the lines.
this train looks like getting on it, because line 5 is a ridiculously busy line.
Now, I've
it's
not
gonna be
been
really,
on the
really
subway during rush hour
But still
at
nowhere
all
near as crowded
since
as
this video
can
was
be.
made, so about 7 years
Could be
ago,
nuts to butt with
2016-ish.
people in the subway, and people still shoving
So I
in.
can't say
that's the
if
full
it's gotten
subway,
any
not
better
just by the
during
doors.
rush
It's a
hour.
horrible, horrible experience at times.
When I've been on it,
So much so that I bought a bike. But
It's okay.
Then I was in a wreck on the bike
did.
because some idiot ran a red light.
I have a
and hit me.
scooter.
So, and we flipped the bike.
Now we have a
It
tuk-tuk.
sucked.
We have 2 tuk-tuks.
But it's just
If
something
you
you
know
learn
what
to
a
deal with
tuk-tuk
here.
is, it's the electric car. We drive it around everywhere.
It's really not that
As
bad
long as
right
we
now,
don't go
actually.
into the city, because they're not allowed into the city
It's
or on the
about
ring
the same.
roads.
A little worse, not bad.
We mostly use it to go shopping, taking the kids to and from school, that kind of thing.
Okay, we are now here at Beijing. This is my stop. So, getting off.
Living at Beijing Chow.
We will see what that looks like.
Wow.
It's actually not bad at all here because
It's changed a little
Actually, I
bit
don't know why.
since I've been down
there's
there.
just never a lot of
Since
people
I lived
getting
there.
on or off.
But I think I've been down there
And you
just a
learn
few
which
times.
door to get in.
Still crowded.
That's the
Still a really
fastest
good
and
place to go
closest
for a lot of
door
amazing
exit.
food.
So just
It's
literally
right by
run
Yonghua
off the door
Home,
and
so you
straight
can go
out.
see Lama Temple.
But then all you do, swipe your card again,
This is when I lived in
and
Hutongs.
you're out.
I have, and you know, I moved
Jesus,
to the
it's
house, and
You probably hear
I'm
the-
now working for the same company that I was
I'm just gonna
working
show you when we
at
get
then,
out, and
the
I'll
same
show you where
school.
we're at. I recorded a
Just
video
went
here.
back. Now I'm teaching
should
a
you
higher
teach in
grade
China?
level, just because I wanted to step
recorded
away
right here
from
At
management.
Beijing Chow Exit B while we waited for Ty. Ty is at home. He actually just went to pick
Married
up
to
some
Ty.
food so I could make steaks and potato.
He's actually the one who
Pretty much
illustrated the
anything you
book.
want you can get here. It's not always the same, but close enough. So here we are. Exit. Oh, so cold. And then
It's still ridiculously cold in
right
Beijing
at Ghost
in the
Street.
winter. Like today, I think it is negative
Yeah.
14 degrees Celsius.
And this is actually earlier than when I recorded it last time here.
So what's the temperature in
Then
Beijing?
it was 7 o'clock. Now it is 5:40.
It's 11 degrees Fahrenheit.
11
and
degrees
pitch
Fahrenheit.
black. So dark. Love the winter.
I am recording this at night, so. Oh wow, putting all of this.
This is what it looks like most mornings.
It did look
It's
like
after
that every
7:30.
morning.
Right now it's 7:38
Every
in the morning. And
Oh, I hate
they're
it. I hate
crowding
it.
in, shoving like sardine cans.
The shoving in is
pushing,
insane.
pushing.
I know everybody said, "Oh, have you
So
seen
crazy.
Japan's trains?" It is the
And instead
same.
of stopping the people,
I've never
they just keep
been on
letting
the
them
subway
shove
in Japan, but the videos that you see of people shoving in and just
Because that's
packing
safe.
as tight as they can, that's what happened during rush hour. And especially if you lived on line 13.
Ridiculous. I thought
It
I would
was.
record a video to show you a more honest view of China, especially northern China in the winter. It's 5 degrees Celsius right now. It's really cold, but I should be wearing my mask, not because I'm sick, because of this.
Yeah. As you all saw in some of my videos and some other ones, the pollution in
This
2016
is not fog.
was ridiculous.
You get an alert on
Like,
your
it
phone
was
every day
so
from the government
bad.
saying be careful of the dense fog. But
Yeah, it was
this
really,
is pollution.
really bad.
You can taste it in the air. It's horrible, horrible, horrible.
There's still pollution in Beijing,
From yesterday-
especially down in the center where
Yesterday's
that's at.
numbers, I would
but
say this is about
nowhere
400,
near as bad as it was back
350.
then.
It's
Nowhere
pretty
near as
bad.
bad.
You can't even see the buildings in front of us. Normally you can see
It's
the
greatly
CCTV building from here. And you can't see anything. It's horribly, horribly disgusting. It's usually only 1 day a week, 2 days a week you have really, really good days. And then 1 or 2 days you have really, really bad days in the winter like this. And then the others are in between.
It's funny, there was a conspiracy theory going around
So,
with expats
it's
at the
something you have to
time,
adjust to.
how
And wearing the
Beijing
pollution
had
masks,
a wind turbine,
it helps.
but
You don't
not
really taste it,
for
especially if you get a
power,
good one.
but like a fan
So-
to push away the pollution.
Yeah, this is real bad. I should be wearing it.
Who knows where it started,
Don't forget, if you like this
but
video, give it a thumbs
we all talked about it
up. Also, if you want to
because there were a ton of days when the pollution was extremely bad. And then immediately after the next day, a big windstorm would come and it would be gone. And it was like clockwork. That's what happened. And of course, the wind pushes the pollution out, but the pollution gets caught in between the mountains because we are kind of surrounded by mountains and the desert. So it happened. Whether that conspiracy theory was real or not, probably not. There are a ton of wind turbines, though. I actually live by them now, by a bunch. And whenever we look out of our classrooms or the school, you can see them. My kids love them. They love seeing them. Easton calls it the big fan school. Yeah. So, as I mentioned, the pollution levels have drastically changed. An insane amount since making this video. The subway system has also continued to grow and as the city has grown significantly. The subway can still be a bit overwhelming at times, but it's a great way to get around. It was a great way to get around back then. It just was not for me. I could not handle it, mainly because I'm claustrophobic. My life has changed a lot in the past 7 years. I've gotten married, become a father, started a couple of businesses. It hasn't been easy to find a balance, but it's a lot easier now than it was when I first arrived here. I still experience culture shock sometimes, but it's important to take time to adjust to those changes and those things, recognize what it is, and I've been working on that. Well, That's it for this video. If you appreciated the update, hit the like button and think about subscribing. I'm currently updating some of the unreleased videos that I made before, as well as working on some new content, including revisiting the idea of a podcast that I wanted to start back in 2014 with a group of friends. We're working with another group this time. It was where we were going to discuss what it's like living in China, getting different backgrounds, different opinions. That way, it wasn't just coming from my perspective. You were getting it from everybody. A couple of locals, a couple of Americans, South Africans, people from England, from the UK in general, just everywhere. We're looking at it, trying to see if we can work something out to start it again and actually get it going. If you like that idea, let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for all of your support, and see you next time. 再见。